guys, Littleaussiemel here doing my week 16 post VSG update. My highest weight recorded was 105 kilos or 231 pounds. My pre-op diet starting weight was 97.4 kilos or 214 pounds. This week I weighed in at 77.9 kilos or 171.4 pounds. That's a weekly loss of half a kilo or 1.1 pounds. Last week in my video too, I forgot to actually say what the weekly loss was. So last week it was 2 pounds or 0.9 kilos. I just only gave the totals. So now that's an overall total of 27.1 kilos or 59.6 pounds. So yeah, it's a bit of a lower weight loss this week. Which, I mean, it's not that bad. It's not great, but yeah, I'm not really fussed. I'd look back when I was entering my stats and just to see like what all the weekly results have been, and it seems to be a bit of a trend that I have 3 weeks in a row where I lose around a kilo or 2 and a bit pounds, and then one lower week that might only be say 200 grams to half a kilo. So yeah, so that seems to just be how my body fluctuates and is going to lose. So I think that works out to be spot on an average of 0.9 kilos a week or 2 pounds a week. So yeah, so if it just keeps going like that, I'm happy. I think when I set my goals, it did work out that I needed to be losing a little bit more than that each week to meet my targets, but I'm not really as phased with that now. I guess I saw a really great meme on Facebook the other day that was that basically said, celebrate finish lines rather than finish times, and so I think that's a really good point. And I know in the past when I've tried to lose weight, I've always had this deadline that I wanted to get to kind of help boost my motivation, and it was usually because I was trying to lose weight for something in particular, like a particular event. But that mindset's kind of different now because it is just the path that I'm on to getting to my goal weight rather than trying to find extra motivation to sort of slog it through a really tough diet or something like that. So I think that's kind of the difference there. It's really overcast today, so I'm sorry about the light. I'll just try and... yeah, so what did I want to talk about today? Hair loss. I'm losing hair dramatically. I do have a lot of hair, like it's really thick. So I'm not too worried. I know for women out there who've had kids, I know with both my pregnancies, when my babies were around 6 months of age, the same thing happened. I lost a fair bit of hair, and it felt like, with the amount you see falling out, it's a bit scary, but I never actually noticed a difference in the volumes, and then it did all sort of grow back, like, I can't find it, but I've basically got a lot of hair that's sort of about that long that all kind of grew through, because my daughter's just a little bit over a year old, so you can sort of see about 6 months worth of hair regrowth from that when it happened. So so I just assume that's sort of what's going to naturally happen. I guess it's just a shock thing that your body goes through, and sort of starts to let go of anything that's not necessary. So any hair that's in the sort of last phase of its growth cycle, your body just starts to shed. So so hopefully that's the case, and my hair doesn't all fall out, but we'll see. NSVs this week, I've had a few. One of the interesting ones for me is that I've been wearing shorts around the house, like just little cotton, like relaxed around the house kind of shorts, like high thigh kind of length, and I've never worn those before. I think I bought them for like with the purpose of exercising in them years ago, and just never felt confident in them. But yeah, but I've been wearing those around the house and feeling. Well, I guess I'm not at the point where I would be happy wearing them out and about, but I figured I should start to get used to maybe having more of my skin exposed so that I'll get, feel more comfortable with that, because it feels really strange. My husband kindly pointed out that I need a tan on my legs. So, yeah, so they definitely haven't seen much sunshine. So, yeah, so that's been good. And actually, I can't believe how much cooler it is. Like all these summers that have gone by where I've, continued to wear maybe like little cardigans or three-quarter pants to sort of cover up the parts of my body I haven't liked, and kind of deluded myself into thinking that it didn't really make me that much hotter, but it really does. Like to change out of, say, three-quarter pants and put on a pair of shorts makes a huge difference to how hot you feel on a summer's day. So yeah, so it's just a really nice feeling to not feel like you're trying to hide away quite so much. Something else just quickly, in regards to Facebook, I've had a lot of friend requests coming through on my personal page, and I just don't want to offend anyone by not accepting them, but I'm not, I sort of, way back in the beginning, I added a couple of people to my private page, and they just happen to be people that I'm closest to because I've sort of known them the longest. But I'm not adding people to my personal page anymore. I'm still in the VSG closet when it comes to Facebook. So, yeah, so just by all means add me to add the Littleaussiemel Facebook page. And to be honest, I don't even really spend much time on my regular Facebook page anymore. Anyway, I mean, I check in now and then, but I think because I have to sort of flick back from one to the other. Yeah, so thank you for the friend request, and I hope you're not offended if I haven't responded to that. Something else I've been thinking about this week is like the areas I need to improve on with my weight loss effort, or just general well-being. So the three things I really need to improve on is water. I still don't get the water I'm supposed to get in every day. So I've been trying that the last week. Also, exercise and sleep. I go to bed way too late. I'm lucky if I get 6 hours sleep a night. And then sometimes with the kids, I get woken up 2 or 3 times a night as well. So, yeah, I need to start looking after myself a bit better, I think, and making sure I'm hydrated. Sorry about that. I had a phone call come through. So something else that sort of happened over the weekend, like my husband works away, so he'd been away for nearly 3 weeks with work, and so he's been home for the last few days, and it was kind of strange to have him back. I said to him at one point, like, are you watching me? I felt like every time I turned around, he was kind of looking at me strangely, like I was an imposter, or, like it wasn't like he was looking at me in a loving or admiring way. It was like he was looking at me waiting to see what I was going to do next, or, I don't know, it was a really bizarre feeling, and I asked him about it. And he said, yeah, well, I just feel like I'm living with a different person. Like we went out on Saturday for a bit of family time, and he said I felt like I was just walking around with someone else. And he said not totally about how I look, but also just he thinks that I'm acting differently, or just like I'm maybe not acting differently, but that I just seem different. So I guess, I don't know, I guess in a lot of ways I do feel really different. I do feel like I'm changing. I know I've definitely got a lot on my mind at the moment. We had some pretty full-on conversations, my husband and I, last night about our relationship and where we stand with that, and so it's been a really tough few days for me. I don't really want to get right into it in a public forum, but definitely I think I just think the whole process of this magnifies anything that's underlying issues in your relationship. And anyway,